Okay, y'all, let me know what you think of this trailer. Leave it in the comments. I think the first word that popped into my head after I watched the trailer was cautiousness. Like, I have no choice but to be cautious with this. So, like I said in my description, I cannot truly engage with this show without first remembering that the original creators of Avatar The Last Airbender quit this show, right? So I'm first remembering all of that, but at the same time, you know, this trailer was visually amazing. Like, we got many things and characters from the show. I just am a little bit nervous because one, the creators quit, like I said. Two, it's Netflix. And three, this is coming out in February, so I feel like I should be seeing what the bending is like looking like by now. Like, really get a good look at the bending, right? It'd be one thing if this is a teaser for something coming like summer or fall, but like it's about to come out, and so I kind of expected to see a whole lot of bending because that's what the show is. That's what the show's about. Like, it's a 2-minute trailer, right? And we barely see any bending for real. But you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say that the shit looks bad. It does not look bad. It looks like it could have the potential to actually be very entertaining. But I just think that certain things have to be in place. And from the trailer and from the things that we've seen, I cannot tell that for sure yet, right? So let's look at the trailer. They were showing the Fire Nation attacking. Of course, we got to look at Sokka and Katara a while back, but now we get to see them at the iceberg. They about to find Aang's ass. I would just like to say that the costume department really went off for this. I love all the costumes in the trailer. I mean, I really do. I will always bring up, though, this undying trend for live actions or the live action iterations of characters to somehow always be lighter skinned than their cartoon counterparts. But I digress. You know what I mean? Like, they look good. They look good in their water tribe shit. Like, it looks good. It looks good. The Earth Kingdom, all that shit looks really amazing. Like, it looked really good. It looked like, I was like, oh, okay. You know, Uncle Iroh, we seen Uncle Iroh here. Fire Lord Ozai looks good as hell. Outfit looks amazing. But do you all think it's too early for us to see Fire Lord Ozai though? Like, I had to look it up just to double check because Ozai makes his first like full appearance in the first episode of season 3, The Awakening, after they conquered Ba Sing Se, Azula and the Fire Nation and shit. So I'm wondering if this is just like, okay, we just seeing Ozai send Zuko off to find Avatar, and that's really gonna be it. He's not gonna come back till like, you know, later on, and they just trying to get people's faces and familiar names and faces in the, you know what I mean, in the show. I don't know, but this could just be a whole precursor introduction kind of thing and setting up Zuko's story and all type of shit. So we don't know. Kyoshi Warrior is looking good, right? Like, the makeup is amazing. I would say we got to see obviously interaction with Sokka, so it's just, it looks good. We got to see Aang flying with his staff, and then I think like the sequence that they used was him up against some Fire Nation soldiers, and they were being blown back by his airbending a little bit. We got to see a tiny bit of airbending, right? And then the firebending here with this firebending kick as well. It's just like, okay, you know, like it's fire, you know, it looks good, but I'm just like, I'm gonna get into it a little bit later because I want to get through the trailer. But I did want to see a little bit more than that, you know what I mean? Azula looks more evil on screen than the picture that I saw of her at casting, like when she was cast. So I do like that because I was just like, I don't know if I really see her as Azula because she looked real friendly. Like she looked like she will just be like, hey, how are you, girl? What's tea, mama? Like, we can sit down and have brunch and shit. Like, she looks like a friendly person, but in this shot, I feel like she looks a little bit more menacing. Does it make sense? Of course, they had to show us Aang's arrow lighten up. I guess they kind of like the designs from the live action movie that we pretend does not exist. So I like that we saw that. So Momo and Appa, right? I think that these are some of the best incarnations of weird animals like this on screen. Like, they didn't try to make them look too real like some movies and TV shows be doing. I'm just like, girl, they didn't try to make them look too real to the point where it's distracting or weird, you know? Like, they still have this cartoonish element to them that I'm just like, okay, I can handle seeing these creatures on screen in quote unquote live action, you know what I mean? So let's just get into my fear for the show, right? I'm thinking this is a 2-minute trailer. It's coming out in February. I'm expecting for y'all to really like rip my wig off, and y'all kind of, it looks good, it looks amazing, but I just don't want the bending to be consisting of just these characters hurling pebbles at each other, throwing rocks at each other from point blank range, or just a gust of air knocking someone over. Like, I want to see the complexity and different styles of bending. I want to see characters bending in their own unique ways and not just a CGI template fireball. You see what I'm saying? Like, why have we not seen absolutely any water bending yet? I mean, even in that promo like picture with Katara holding up, we didn't even see the whole entire ball of water that she was holding up. So I'm like, we haven't seen any water bending at all, and we barely saw air bending. And fire is just like, of course y'all gonna show us fire first. So I'm just hoping that it's not this thing where they're having all these characters showing up early in the show. Like I said, Ozai, for example, showing up early. Also, Azula wasn't truly made the main antagonist until the end of season 1, maybe beginning of season 2 of Avatar The Last Airbender, the animated show, you know? So like all these references, all this stuff from an animated show, I'm hoping they're not loading up season 1 or the trailer or whatever up with all these familiar things to distract us from the fact that the bending isn't gonna be as intricate, you know, as the animated show, or maybe the bending won't happen nearly as much in the live action show as it did in the animated show. So like, that's one of the things that's really causing me a little bit of concern, because my thing is, if I was, you know, doing this shit, first of all, the original creators would have to be on, no shade. But if I was doing it and it's called, who's doing the bending? Like, it's called Avatar The Last Airbender. Who's doing the bending? So you doing the bending? Who's doing the bending? If I was doing this, one of the first promo pics or promo videos, anything, would have been like, girl, we're focusing on the bending. I would have said we are focused on the bending. I would have had a sickening clip of a fight. Like, this trailer didn't even have to be 2 minutes. It could have been 30 seconds, a minute, and you showing us a sickening fight or something, a part of it, and I would have been, you know, but I'm still unsure. And I think that's why I'm like, it feels a little bit weird to me, because I'm like, I should not be, at this point, I should not be unsure, right? I should not be like, I don't know how to feel. Like, maybe it has a lot to do with what the what the other live action movie did that we not talking about, that we don't talk about. Maybe it has a lot to do with that, but also, like, I don't know. In general, I'm just like, I feel like by this point in the promotion, by this point, like, it's about to come out in a couple weeks. Like, February is around the corner, honestly. So I know they called it a teaser, and some people probably gonna argue with me in the comments talking about, oh, well, it's a teaser, not a trailer. I'm just like, I get it, but for it to be coming out so soon, I really don't like this feeling that I have. Like, I should have a more sure feeling, because, like, I don't know. I know how sometimes these companies do, child. Something looks amazing, then you go sit down and watch that shit, and you're like, I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe we will get our lives and be like, oh my gosh, this is really cool, even though the original people aren't involved. Or maybe we'll be like, well, the original people had a point. So I don't know which one it will be. And I want to know if I'm the only one thinking this, because I mean, I expected it to have a good reaction, because it's like I said, it looks great. It looks great. But I want to hear from people who might be unsure, just to know. I don't know. I can't be the only one who thinks this way, you know? So let me know what you think. Love y'all so much. Thank you so much for checking me out, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.